All right, so patch 0.16. This is the patch where Predecessor goes free to play. It also is the patch where Predecessor goes to Xbox. This patch comes out on Thursday, the 28th. Yes, it is a weird day. The next patch afterwards will be April the 9th, a Tuesday again. Then we'll be back on normal schedule. This patch is the one that is out of the whack, so keep that in mind. Intro, let's see. Little different. No new hero. Releasing on Thursday. Very cool. Very cool. We are entering open beta. It'll be coming to Xbox. It will be free to play. All that kind of stuff, you know. Transition to free to play. Blah, blah, blah. Localization. They're adding some languages to the game. Very cool. Xbox incoming. Let's see. Store. Ruby Scarab Grux. Okay, this is a banger skin. This was, when I played Paragon, the very first loot box that I ever opened on Paragon was Ruby Scarab Grux. The first skin that I ever got out of a loot box. So, I actually like that skin. How much it costs, we'll find out. This is also allegedly the patch that is going to start price reductions on skins. So, we'll see. Murdoch skin. Okay. I can't really tell what this is. I'll have to see it in game. Ruby Scarab Grux bundle. All right. Frost King Revenant coming back. All right. Quick start bundles. What is this? Let's see. Each bundle contains a collection of heroes with a smattering of skins. All right, okay. So so this is one of them. 3 heroes, 2 skins, two common skins and an uncommon skin and a spray for 600 plat. I mean, that's a deal and a half, right? Okay, can not do this. That's a deal and a half for 600 platinum. Right, 3 heroes, 3 skins, and a spray. Like, that's definitely, I mean, that is, I mean, for anyone who's played games, right, welcome deals are always, like, crazy value. So, that's pretty good. Carry, this one, 3 heroes, 1 rare skin, and a spray. So, less skins, but 600, okay. Trying to figure out why is the support one so fucking good and the rest of them are bad? Is the jungle one 3 heroes, a rare skin, and a spray? 3 heroes, a rare skin, and a spray. 3 heroes, 2 commons, an uncommon skin, and a spray. Okay. Interesting. It's interesting that they are different bundles. That they are not actually just the same bundle, just with different heroes, right? Like, that kind of thing. It's different that they're... It's kind of weird that they're different. But, whatever. Those are good value. I like that. Skin price reduction. Moving out of the approach where each skin was uniquely priced. Good. Common skins, $5. Uncommon skins, $8. Rare skins, $12. Epic skins, $16. Legendary skins, $2,400. And yes, these are... The Legendary Plus skins are going to be subject to change, because that is where you can have the most differentiation in skins, is when you get to the top tier of skins. There can be, like, mega top tier skins, and there can be... less top tier skins, right? But that are still very, very good, right? So it's different. So these, I mean, just notably, like, these aren't crazy drops for the top end, but the lower skin prices are going down quite a bit, right? I mean, these are going down considerably. Let's see. Already owned a skin, you'll be refunded the difference in platinum. Very good. That is... I don't think there's a way they do it without doing that. So, most of these that are getting changed are just common skins that were 600 that are now 500. A couple of these, right, the Kira skin, Countess skin, these were all 800 for some reason that were common skins, right? Like, kind of weird. Gadget recolor, finally. Finally, gadget recolor is not going to be $11 anymore. Thank God. That was the one that grinded my gears the most. And then the Bellica skin that is a recolor that it was for some reason a rare skin is getting shifted to common, so that'll drop quite a bit as well. These two were both really odd on what their pricing was and shit like that. It's very, very weird, but that's getting fixed. Uncommon skins. Okay, so they're just changing some of the common skins to uncommon skins. And then Revenant's Raven skin is going from rare to uncommon. All right. Rare skins, Murdoch skin, minus 100. Royal Gideon, 400, 400, 400, right? Like, those are all good changes. Epic skins, Rock Rampage, Warlord Xeris, Dreadlord Argus. These are all just getting a rarity shift. Like, they were already, like, you know, epic skins, right? But yeah, you'll get the plat refunded. So, like, I know, I'm trying to think. I have a handful of common skins. I'll probably get like 700 or 800 plat back, because I know I have the Royal Gideon skin and the Biofreak Murdoch, which is 500. I'll probably end up getting like 700 or 800 back. Skin downtime. What the fuck? What is this? Temporarily removed from the store. Okay, I don't really care. Skin refunds. Quick start roll bundles, blah, blah, blah. We don't intend to put skins on discount so quickly, so we're refunding the difference in plat to players who have already bought the following skins that have since been added to the bundles. I don't really know. What does this mean? What does this even say, bro? I don't know. I don't own any of these skins, so it doesn't affect me, but I don't really know what this is saying. Bundle changes. The changes to skin prices. We'd also like to rework our platinum bundles to better align with our new skin pricing. That makes sense, right? I mean, you don't want to have to buy 800 plat if a skin is 500, right? Like that. That's a good change. Visual improvements. This is just the map is gonna look better, which God, I hope so. It just looks so washed out right now that this is. I hope it looks good. Gameplay changes. Death timers are being increased. Interesting. I like that. I think that's a good change. Death timers increased by 1 to 3 seconds on average in early mid game. I like that. Flowers, blue jungle lane side explosive flower has had its position adjusted to make jumping into lane easier. What? Oh, this is the one next to the tier 2 tower on blue side. Yeah, that one sucks. Okay, I didn't understand what flower this was. It's the one next to the tier 2 tower fog wall up that ledge. And it's hard. It's actually kind of hard to get into lane. That's good. Mini Prime no longer applies a damage reduction buff on its basic attacks. Okay. Hero balance changes. Let's see what they've fucking got, bro. There better be some good shit in here. He gets his physical power tuned down. Very cool. So this is Argus. Obviously, Argus is OP. Dreadnova, this is his Q. Scaling decreased. Base damage decreased a little bit. Stun duration now scales. That's fine. I think all of that is fine. Notably, no cooldown increase. Just throwing that out there. Ether Crystal. Damage decreased by 5, but keep in mind it ticks 3 times, so 15 realistically. Mana cost increased, good. Slow decreased, that's a start. 35% is still pretty good, but that's a start. Cooldown increased, those are good changes. Right click gets damage increase. Interesting. Okay, so they're reducing some of his utility, but they're increasing his main damage, so they're maybe just trying to make him more playable in the mid lane. Okay. Countess, health increased, health growth decreased, that's fine. She's just tankier at level 1. Her E, reduced scaling, very cool. Blade Siphon, reduced base damage late game. Healing. Oh, so less base damage, but more healing. Okay. Interesting. Drongo. Prevents Drongo from using his basic attacks while mid-air. Okay, so now Gag Grenade is an actual auto-cancel. That's a good quality of life change. Black Hole. Let's see. Damage decreased. Holy shit. They gutted the base damage on this ability. I mean, they gave it a fuck ton of scaling. I wonder what the actual difference in this is. I mean, this is... What is this? That's 40, 55% scaling added. For 200 base damage taken off. So, I mean, this is gaining damage. This is gaining damage, because 55% power is... Or 55% scaling, late game is like 300. So, losing 200 base damage means you're actually gaining damage on the ability. Greystone. His Q. Damage decreased. Late game, okay. Bonus physical power scaling increased. Okay. This is just a buff. I don't know. I mean, it's a shift. I would say this isn't really a nerf. Iggy. Ultimate gets changed. Flame damage, magic power scaling increased. Is this just over the duration of the ultimate? It's increased by 30%? Okay. This doesn't really fix any of Iggy's issues, so... Chimera, physical armor decreased, very cool. KWANG, God, please nerf this fucking character. Health decreased, his passive. Damage decreased, okay. So his the damage on his passive is like higher at level 1, but less the rest of the game. But it gets scaling increased on it? Okay, alright. His E damage is decreased. What? What? This doesn't even make sense. This doesn't even make sense. This is his E, right? Surge of the Heavens. I'm pretty sure that's his E. I don't know. I don't know what this fucking means. In world, true damage decreased a little bit by like 20. Okay. Shield health scaling decreased by 1%. Okay. Ult damage changed. Ult damage decreased a decent amount. I don't think this is going to make KWANG worse. The issue with KWANG is how strong his shield is. It just makes him untradeable in the offlane. I don't know. Yeah. 1% health scaling on his shield does literally nothing. That's just kind of crazy. That these are all the nerfs that this character gets. He loses, I mean, he loses on a full combo of his kit late game. He loses like 100 damage. And he gains damage on his passive. I mean, I don't know. I don't think this is enough. His shield is the issue. The shield is the issue on this character, just to be clear. That is the primary issue with why this character's OP is his shield. Bellica. Void Drone. Current mana drain changed from 2 to 6 to 1 to 6, 1.5 to 6.5. Okay. She's getting more mana drain. Interesting. Cooldown increased on her bomb from 6 to 7 seconds. All right. Ultimate is getting buffed. Oh my god. Mein Gott. Bellica ultimate buff. You guys looking at what I am looking at? They're increasing the base damage and the scaling, and then they're decreasing the mana scaling. So they're making this hit harder before they have missing mana. That's actually crazy. Late game, this is going to matter a lot. Late game, this ability will hit much less hard. But early game, this ability is going to be better. April Fools, please. Listen, dude, I don't think this is that bad. I think you guys are overlooking. I think you guys are reading too far into this, because I'll show you guys what this means, because some of the numbers don't look like they do what they do. So on her ultimate, right, damage increases by 1 point, by, you know, 0.6 for each point of mana the target is missing. They're changing that to be 0.4, right? And again, whether or not this is actually percent increase, who the fuck knows, man? Nobody knows what this actually means. It's not, it can't be percent increase. There's no way. But so this looks like really weird numbers, but like this late game is actually going to hurt the damage of Bellica ult like quite a bit. Like, you don't realize it when you hit someone who's missing 1,000 mana off of their mana bar. Like that, you're adding 600 damage to your ultimate, right? You're not adding 600 damage to this ult with 25% scaling. Right. So, I mean, we'll see. I feel like this isn't as insane as you guys think it might be. Anyway, moving on. Origesh, her passive gets a scaling increase. Okay. Damage to monsters increased. Okay, that's actually a good buff. Her E or damage early game. Healing increased early game. Healing scaling increased. Hero multiplier decreased. Okay. Giving her a little bit more sustain. More damage to objectives. This doesn't really matter. Rampage. Ultimate. Duration decreased. Thank God. They reverted the duration on the ultimate. They changed it, like, what was that? In the KWANG patch, I think they changed it to 8, 10, 12. And now they're putting it back to 8, 9, 10. Very good. So that 12 seconds of ramp ult is too many seconds. And then the ultimate is getting some health back to compensate. That's fine. Very cool. Richter, armor decreased early game. Okay. Shock therapy, silence decreased. They actually decreased Richter's lockdown. I mean, I think that's fine. I think this is a good change. But they finally did it. They've nerfed everything about Richter except for how long he locks people down, and they finally did it. Harvest Nettles. This is her E. They're increasing Faye E range. I mean, that's not a lot, right? 5% isn't insane, but it was already more than auto range. That's actually, like, that actually might matter. Twin Blast. His Q gets damage decreased late game and scaling increased. Okay. Who cares? Xeris, right click. Damage changed. Less at level 1, more at rank 5. That's fine. His ultimate cooldown gets changed to be... Okay. I mean, they're making it shorter early game, but longer late game. I don't know, man. Like, is that... I don't think that's really a nerf. Like, obviously, having more cages late game is better just because you get more power per stack, right? But being able to actually, like, especially in the solo lane, being able to ult your enemy solo laner, get their flash, and then have your ult back up again sooner is actually, like, that's a pretty big buff. Like, that's a pretty good change. We'll see.
Yawn.
I mean, you say it's a heavy nerf late game, Nitro. I agree that it's a nerf. I don't know if I would call it heavy. Because you have to think, like, if you have, like, 45 CDR, if you have, like, 45 haste, that's really, like, that's only, like, a 10-second increase. Which, again, like, is a decent amount. But, like, are you caging? It's not like you're caging twice in a fight anyway, right? It's not like it's Sev ult where it's, like, 60-second base cooldown late game, you know? I don't know. I don't think that's as bad of a change as it could be. Let's see. Item changes. Rift Snatcher no longer has magic scaling. I don't even know how that would do damage. Yo, Jedi, thank you for the tier 3 16-monther, Jedi. Welcome back to the pin zone, man. I appreciate it. Fire Blossom. Armor decreased. Big. And they made the recipe worse. That's interesting. Well, I guess they changed the recipe because it got less armor on it. This is fine. This used to be 40 armor, and then they buffed it, and then they nerfed it, and it doesn't matter. You're still going to build Fire Blossom on half the characters in the game. Time Warp. Cost decreased, power decreased. 200 gold off of it for 10 less power. Calling me. Why is Beckett calling me? I'm not going to answer that. I think that's fine. I don't think this really matters. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that matters. I don't... Are there any bug fixes that matter? Fixed a bug where matches were not load in all 10 players. That's a big one. Okay. Be better tank crest stacking. I don't think that's not how it works, Denim. That's not how tank crest work. I do agree that Time Warp is a better recipe now with Scepter instead of Potent Staff, if that's what you mean. The Time Warp change is a big buff to supports building it, but it is a bit of a nerf. Like, it's, to be fair, it's not like you weren't really building this item in the mid lane anyway, right? Like, that just wasn't, you weren't really doing it because there are better items. But it is a buff to supports building it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I would have liked to see more item changes, but at the same time, it's like, I ask for item changes, but, like, I know that if I were to, like, be like, yo, you know, I don't know who does item changes, right? But if I was like, yo, Ace, why aren't there very many item changes in this patch? It'd just be like, well, we're preparing for 6 items. Like, why would we change a bunch of items right now? And it's like, I understand that, but at the same time, it's so fucking boring to not have items change that, like, it's really, I think it's super unfortunate. You know? Like, I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying or agree with me. But it's like, I know that they're preparing for 6 items, and it's kind of not super necessary for them to change a whole bunch of items right now, because they're just preparing for 6 items. But it just feels so bad to have 2 item changes in the patch. And one of them kind of matters, and one of them almost does not matter. The hero changes, I think, are fine. Like, Xera's change, this is probably necessary. Like, I think this character is very, very good right now, so changing in his damage early game, I think, is fine. TB change, like, this doesn't matter. Faye, this could be good, but I have no idea. Richter, these are good changes. Rampage, this is a good change. Origesh, like, this is a good change. I don't think it'll make her any better, but I think it's a good change. Bellica, I don't think... I am probably more positive about these changes than other people are. I mean, I'll have to play it to understand exactly how this feels, but, like, I don't think that these are that, like, that this change is that bad. KWANG, these changes, they did not nerf this character enough. There's no way. Kai doesn't matter. Iggy doesn't matter. Greystone doesn't matter. Gideon doesn't really matter. No one was building tank Gideon anyway. Brongo, this is a good change, but doesn't really do anything. Countess, these are, again, fine changes. I don't think it will change anything with Countess. Argus, again, good changes. I don't think it makes him worse as support, and I don't think it makes him better as a mid laner. Like, it's just, right, like, I think these are good changes. I mean, he just needed nerfs, and they nerfed him. So, like, it's kind of whatever. Soul's livid over the bow changes. Yeah, Soul can go play Smite if he's that mad. I don't care. Again, I don't think those changes... the main thing that these Bellica changes do are make her ult hit harder on targets with a lot of mana, right? Targets that are basically 100% mana or targets that are full mana, right, will take more damage from her ultimate. That is the change. I think they are leaning a little bit away from the this is an execute button and more into this is just a burst damage ability, right? Does this, I mean, this is like this is gonna hit the same damage as her bomb does, right? Her bomb is like late game. Her bomb is, what is her bomb? 280 base damage and 80% scaling, right? Like this is gonna do the same. This is gonna do this less damage than her fucking bomb. Wait till Pinzo gets executed by it. Again, Mustang, like like, just to be clear, this doesn't make Bellica ult any less frustrating to play against, right? It like, that is not what it does. The fact that it's a lock-on is the frustrating part of the ability, right? Like, this obviously doesn't solve that issue. I'm still going to be mad when I get Bell ulted. But I don't think that this changes, like... I don't think that's like, oh my god, Bellica is once again the best character in the game and nobody can challenge her.